Neo, answer your phone, Neo.
Hello?
Neo, answer. That's what you sound like.
Hello?
Okay, I gotta get you out of this grape orchard, this vineyard. Is that what grape orchards are called?
I think it's the Grapetrix.
The Grapetrix. I gotta get you into the Grapetrix, Neo.
I think you've got the wrong number.
Neo. Wait, is your number not 867-5305?
No, this is Jenny. It's 867-5309 that you dialed.
Jenny, you're now the Grapetrix. You know Kung Fu now, Jenny. How does this make you feel?
I'm going to beat the shit out of those guys that gave my number to everybody.
Was that the button she was looking for?
I guess. I don't know. I was just thinking, ooh, I hope this works.
Damn you, Tommy Two-Tone.
Hey, everybody. I'm Dane Holland.
I'm Austin Shazam Pfeiffer.
I'm Marcus. I'm Electric Man.
And I'm Austin Tiny Zent.
And we are Nerd It Through the Grapevine, the podcast where four best friends gather weekly to talk about our favorite parts of past, present, and future nerd culture. Austin, what gave you this idea?
I'd like to preface what I'm going to say here with I'm thankful that I am able to podcast with everybody, and I'm just glad to be here. Yesterday, I saw shrapnel from a 80-mile-per-hour straight line wind blowing things at me like a missile.
Ooh.
It was epic. I was in the middle of a wide open field, and the only thing separating me and debris is the side of a aluminum trailer that I had to jump behind. It was pretty awesome.
So is it fair to say that you backed it up, Terry?
Absolutely. I put it in reverse.
I had almost something as scary happen to me. I almost got sprinkled on outside yesterday when I was taking the dogs to potty.
Yeah, it almost rained on you.
It's so close, but I got under the front porch and I was safe.
I'm
also happy to be here.
The fun part about the storm, though, was I got to see my dad get soaked like from the waist down because he jumped under a tarp and he didn't get all the way under the tarp. He only got from the top part of him covered, and he thought it was covering the whole thing until finally his pants were wet and he started screaming from under the tarp.
Was he lying down?
No, the rain was blowing in sideways.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he was underneath the tarp and he was just screaming, "Damn, my pants are wet! Damn, my pants are wet! my damn pants are wet! I'm gonna have to call Patty. She's gonna have to come bring me a new pair of underwear too. Damn!" Just screaming this in the middle of the storm. Meanwhile, cops are running, "Get to shelter! Get to shelter!"
So everyone there is calm, but the police are making everyone like really nervous because they're screaming at them.
Absolutely.
Good.
And then the screams got worse. But anyway, I was on the internet as I be, and I saw a post, and it was the Matrix. It was Morpheus from the Matrix holding out the red pill and the blue pill. The option that he gives Neo to either stay in this simulation and to stay in this reality that was created for him, as opposed to living in the real world, or take this pill and go to what is actually the real world and awaken. So that's what it is. But instead of it being that, it was, you get to choose one of these. You can have all of the powers of the Justice League, or you can have all of the powers of the X-Men.
So it's would you rather?
It's a would you rather. And
It's a red grape, green grape, not a red pill, blue pill.
Yeah, because it's not like insane to think of would you rather, but if you say would you rather too many times, it gets to be the most disgusting stuff you've ever heard come out of a human's mouth.
Yeah. Depending on who you're on the road trip with, a family road trip with would you rather is a lot different than if the grapes were in a vehicle.
Why are you looking at me?
Or in here. Well, I was just saying, if we were in a small space, a la the grape sack, playing would you rather, and if we didn't have any structure, it'd get real weird real quick. Of course I'm looking at you, Tony.
I mean, I both resemble and resent that remark.
There's only so many feces that you can eat, right? I mean,
True. You can only cook it so many ways.
Would I rather
Species, feces,
Sasquatch, feces or another type of animal, cryptid feces.
My buddy Kyle
Loch Ness
is
monster.
My buddy Kyle is the most composed, calm, and polite human being you'll ever meet. And he is the most disgusting man on the planet when you're playing Would You Rather. He'll pull out things you don't want to you don't want to know what's happened when that man tells you, because he works with the public. So he can bring out people and he can be like, "Would you rather insert this person's name?" I'm like, "No. No!" So this is more our style of this though, because it's good debatable conversation, because honestly, you got to think your comparison. So I've got a couple myself to go along with it as
Yeah,
well.
me too. I thought of some.
Yeah, so if you would like to, I think that's worth a conversation.
The
though.
first one?
Yeah, the first one,
Yeah.
the X-Men or the Justice League. Which ones would have the better combinations of powers? Which ones would you like the most?
Well, we need to dial it down to which 5 of each that we're
5,
talking about,
like, mainstays?
Right? Yeah, like the 5.
Yeah,
So
like the big 5.
yeah,
like
of each
main
group,
characters.
so we can see which powers we're looking at, because we got Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Green Lantern. Yeah,
Yeah.
is that what
I
we're
thought
going?
Aquaman was before Green
Oh yeah,
Lantern.
Aquaman. See, I always forgot about the
Yeah,
Aquaman.
we can
So
just-
yeah, we'll do Aquaman before.
No, let's put Green Lantern to Aquaman. Green Lantern's cooler.
Yeah, I think that works.
X-Men,
better?
you'd have to have Jean Grey and Scott Summers and Charles Xavier.
Wolverine.
No.
Yes,
Why would I want Wolverine's powers?
No,
he's involved.
Put
That's the
Wolverine
thing.
in there.
Weapon
that's
X.
part of it. That's going to lean you more towards the Justice League then, if
And
you
honestly-
don't want Wolverine's power.
And honestly, at this point, insert whatever X-Men you want, and
Wolverine,
that one is
Magneto.
preferable.
Beast.
There was never a question in my head.
Oh,
Yeah, Beast, Nightcrawler,
Nightcrawler for sure. For
Rogue.
me.
I mean,
Yeah.
you insert whoever you want in that last spot,
Yeah.
but just having Jean Grey and Professor X on the same team,
Right.
Over.
two extremely powerful telepaths.
Look, I will be honest here. You could put every single Justice League member in there and then give me just Magneto,
Right.
and I will take Magneto.
The Magneto. See, do I get to have all the powers like active at the exact same time, or is it just one at a time? Is it one hero at a time that gets access?
I don't know. Maybe it's like that character from Dragon Ball that every time she sneezes, she turns into a different person. So
Okay.
something
Yeah, I
like
like that too.
Yeah.
And realistically,
Or just depending on the weather.
Yeah.
yeah, realistically, if Rogue was the X-Men in the 5, that's the only one you need to, because she just touches the other ones and she gains those powers for a amount of time.
I feel like her powers were different in the movies, though, because
They
I get
were.
confused on what her original powers actually were.
She's drained somebody in the movie, right?
Yeah, she basically just drains them,
Yeah.
gains the temporary use of their powers. Like in X-Men 97, which that's what I'm calling it. It was just X-Men when it came out. I liked that storyline of Rogue's powers because in that she always had super strength and she could fly.
Right.
But是she nearly damn sucked the entire life from Captain Marvel.
And then the sparkly fingers. Jubilee's got those little sparkly fingers, and it's almost 4th of July. I don't know when this comes out. It may be 4th of July.
Gambit.
It'll be
No,
after.
it'll be
There's-
after. Yeah.
There's
It'd be
Gambit.
like
There's
the
Storm.
Gambit's awesome
Storm,
too.
man. Yeah,
I mean,
Storm.
the X-Men to me are just.
Yeah,
I would much rather have
Now,
all
absolutely.
those.
They're
any
already
of those
winners.
powers.
It's a bigger variety.
No,
It is, but if we're going with the mainstays, like I said, there's so many to choose
Yeah.
from to fill that last.
I mean,
Because it's
even-
arguable. Is Storm more popular than Rogue, or is I mean, who knows? I don't know.
Now, the Justice League has one power that is greater than anything that the X-Men have going on, pretty much. And that's money. They got Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Oh, they do have Bruce.
Hey,
Well,
hey,
you know,
hey, don't
how
you
they get-
No,
My
man.
bad, man. Don't you dare.
I'm just saying, if you're I don't know. I guess
Marcus,
the
you're
X-Men
fired.
are just never portrayed as like needing resources. I guess so.
Well, I mean, Professor X is fabulously rich too. They got that. He's got Bruce Wayne
He's got
level
his
money.
like, school for
He
children.
made a
and-
GD school.
Yeah. Yeah. The school for wacky boys and girls.
I know,
think
and I
is
know-
what
So
it's called.
I'll take the academics over the money. I think.
Yeah,
Okay.
he
Even
he
so.
made a non-accredited high school.
Yeah, have they ever have they ever graduated a class?
I know that
They
the
all die,
credits
right?
don't transfer. I know that for sure. So
You go to well, what did you learn whenever you were in school? And you just shoot something with your eyes.
no,
cool for
math.
like a-
I mean math. No, I've never heard of that.
Be cool for like a Harry Potter esque like series of going through the school, like I don't know if that's ever been done before. Like,
I'm trying to remember if they've messed around with that because what was the X?
What,
the
First
mutants?
Class?
No, it was a TV show and it was about mutants, but it didn't go anywhere.
Evolution, maybe?
Heroes?
Is that what it was?
Evolve. It was like mutants.
You know what I'm talking about,
yeah.
right?
There was an animated show because Nightcrawler was
X-Men
able to
X-Men
not
Evolution.
look like that. Yeah, I think so. I think
Okay. That was more about them going through the school, right?
Yeah, that was them.
Yeah,
that was them
I
being.
guess.
Yep.
It didn't last super long, but I
Like
remember
three-
that.
like
yeah.
3
It was
seasons.
fun. Yeah.
That's
But-
not super long.
Okay, so do we have answers? This is hard to answer because Marcus is making a really good argument for the X-Men. Because
I just think they're better. I mean, of course that's biased. but-
whenever you put the mental powers in there, it kind of beats all the physical powers.
yeah, I
of
mean,
everybody else,
who's going to
right?
win between Superman and Wolverine? I mean, literally,
I mean,
Wolverine
pretty-
is like Wolverine.
Well, I mean,
Wolverine can't die. He'll
That's
come
what I'm
back.
saying.
well, I mean, you've got the classic like throw him into space, right? I mean,
Or even better, throw him into the sun.
like throw him into the sun. Like the sun will melt the
Sup-
vibranium.
Will it?
Superman.
Do we know that?
Surely,
it's
right?
adamantium.
Adamantium. I'm thinking of Transformers.
No, you were
No,
thinking
I'm
of Captain
thinking of
America's
Captain
shield.
Vibranium is
Yeah.
Captain America's.
They got the
shield.
two.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
got those.
Well,
two
everybody
metals.
knows Superman's weakness. You know,
So it's a glowy green rock.
right?
No,
and
but-
So he's afraid of rocks.
And so,
Right.
I don't know. Maybe Clark doesn't have the forethought to be like, maybe I could throw him into a star.
Who's Clark?
I don't know. yeah,
Yeah,
Superman.
because he typically
Spoiler.
don't say that shit.
How do you know?
So, but they don't typically, he doesn't typically resort to the I find the way to kill you fastest kind of
Right.
thing. So I don't.
I fought him for a
Right,
while.
he tries not to kill it.
Because if that's the case and just
I don't
throwing
know.
a person into the sun is the way you get rid of them, he would probably do that with all of
This
them.
isn't a who would beat who. This is a which powers you want.
True.
Right?
Well, all I was trying to illustrate is that like you basically have what Superman has minus like the ability to breathe in space or to like laser eye.
Do we also
you've
have
got his super strength and healing
We also have
instead
their
of like
weaknesses.
indestructible,
Right?
And,
we also have their weaknesses?
sure, I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you
Well,
can't
yeah.
walk if you're an X-Men.
well, I mean, it's all the powers.
Right. So you're no longer walking.
Well,
Is that-
if you went with Jean
Take it?
Grey instead of Professor X,
But it's the mainstay. They're both mainstays, though. They
Yeah,
both
but
are
they
like
have-
always main
they have
X-Men.
the same powers.
Right.
Yeah, but nobody would ever know you don't walk.
No, because you could float.
You could change their mind with your mind
You
powers.
could just float.
That a boy, Tiny. Way to be up there with me.
I was
Yeah.
thinking you could just float. So I guess you could just float.
But hold on, does Wolverine's healing abilities
Oh, does it counteract the?
cancel out X's
Great
Professor X?
question.
Oh, man.
Great question.
Damn, why you
good
gotta
question,
get,
Marcus.
And then that's the thing too about because I love the Justice League's powers a lot, but the only one that's got regenerative abilities like Wolverine would have to be Superman, but he would require a massive dose of solar radiation to do that. So, gosh, the X-Men do look a little bit more practical for being able to just have stay
Yeah.
power with your fighting abilities.
Well, I mean, the beautiful thing is we don't have to reach a consensus here.
No,
You
it's
can
just
take your
which
own
one
pill.
do you want? Yeah, which grape are you going to eat?
I'm going with X-Men. I'm just
You're
stating
eating,
it.
eating
Yeah.
the X-Men pill. Yeah.
I'm going X-Men, and I'm having a really hard time as to who I would fill that fifth spot with, Storm or Nightcrawler. It'd be one of those two.
I just need Magneto's powers. That's it.
I think even though the X-Men's powers, I think are stronger as a whole, because when I think Storm is the man that her powers. I think of all the X-Men, her powers may be the ones I want, but I think I'm gonna have to pick the Justice League powers because those are the ones that I would know better how to control if I were to gain them because of my familiarity with all those characters a little
get
bit
it.
more. So I feel like I wouldn't need to learn anything. Like
Well,
I could just have it.
I mean,
right?
let's just say you already know how to control it. That comes with the abilities. Let's just say you're just choosing how you're born.
right.
You know, so
Right.
you can leave that learning curve to the side. We've already been through
think-
that part.
I think I'm still, as much as I want the mental powers, I think there would be a lot of drawback for me with the mental powers too, of being able to read thoughts and do things with my mind. Like, would I become more of a villain? I got a better chance of becoming a villain with that power. Am I going to be able to use that for good all the time? Probably not. So I think I'm going to go with, flying, super strength, and freeze breath, and heat vision, and, well, all the other heroes too, but Superman. But Tiny, you've got a chance to have Batman's powers. Wait a minute.
I mean, that's true.
Hold on just a second.
Hey,
Wait a second.
Don't you
Hold
say
on.
he's not. He's the most
Hold on
powerful
just a second.
superhero that ever existed.
You could just go learn karate.
He knows more
Now
than just
you
karate.
could learn karate now.
He I've looked it up. Okay,
Bat jitsu?
He canonically has super intelligence.
Super intelligence.
Yep, and like peak physicality.
I think he has.
Those are two superpowers because he's able to operate at a heightened state above what the normal man is able to do, even with training.
I think he might have like a second or third level
Suck
intellect.
on that.
Really?
Canonically.
He's just a smart dude.
Just based off of all the feats that he's accomplished. The only way
I didn't know he was into feet. That's pretty weird too.
you never know with the
I
Batman.
mean,
That's true.
he wears rubber. So
Yeah, a lot of it.
I'm gonna go with the X-Men.
Okay.
And here's my 5:
Uh-huh.
Wolverine, Jean Grey, Dark Phoenix,
Dark Phoenix, Jean Grey. That's,
Charles Xavier, Nightcrawler, and Rogue.
well, I didn't state my 5. We're stating
Yeah,
5.
go state your
so,
5. Give us your 5
I mean,
then.
already Magneto because I've said that like 1,000 times already.
Is he technically an X-Men though?
He's in
He's the villain.
show.
He's
Did
the
he
villain.
start
And,
off-
We
and
didn't
is your
say-
Dark Phoenix technically an X-Man?
Well, she went back and forth, but
Yeah,
we didn't
that
say
makes more sense
We
than yours.
didn't say that it had to be the good guys. We just said the people from that universe.
I mean,
Okay.
I believe
Sure,
okay.
I believe Magneto at some point has worked with the X-Men to
Yeah,
accomplish something.
for sure,
So
yeah.
I would say he's at least been an honorary X-Man, right?
I'm just picking mutants from that universe.
so just
That-
Marvel
I took
mutants,
it as
right?
from that universe.
Okay.
Well, in that case,
Oh.
Mystique wouldn't be
Well,
bad, like
I
shapeshifting.
was
Yeah,
about to
Mystique's
say
really
Mystique.
cool.
That's why I went like this because I went.
Well, I guess she's technically an X-Men in the movies.
Because I went
She
Magneto,
is.
Jennifer Lawrence, Mystique, Wolverine, Deadpool, and then Colossus. Because I just want to
Colossus
be
is
metal
really
looking.
cool. Yeah, Colossus is cool.
Because you can control metal and be metal.
Oh man, if you had Magneto's powers and Colossus's powers put together, you could fly
Yeah.
And be big strong.
and create your own magnetic field around your body to
Yeah,
make
yeah,
yourself
yeah.
impenetrable.
I mean, Magneto does that a lot.
Yeah.
He kind of floats. He
Yeah.
hovers and stuff.
Yeah, because the Earth has all the metals in it, so
So
he can
cool.
repel himself from it.
That's so neat.
It is awesome.
He also
think-
works off its its natural magnetic field that it has as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, Magneto's dope. I think my 5: Xavier and Cyclops, Wolverine, Storm, and Beast. I think.
Solid.
I think those are the 5 that if I were to think, when I think X-Men, I think those 5 are the ones that come to mind. But I would still take my Justice League over those 5 in my X-Men world. Which one? You were having trouble with the last choice. If you
Yeah,
had to pick
I mean-
right now, can you?
No, not really.
Can't
I
do
mean,
it. No.
Well, yeah, because I mean, Gambit's powers are also really cool. I mean, there's an argument for so many different ones.
I think 7 is the closest to like a real life Gambit that we
Even
have. I'm
like-
sure he
Probably.
could throw an energy card at somebody.
Yeah. See, I think I would rather have Gambit than Cyclops.
I'd almost like to have Gambit just so I can have his name. Well, it's such a dope
Gambit
name.
is a cool name.
It
No,
is.
Remy LeBeau.
Oh.
I mean, that is a strong name.
That is a strong name.
Do you guys want to hear the next question? So we did answer that, right? Am I the only one that took Justice League?
Yep.
Everybody else
Yes.
took X-Men? Well, now I feel left out. Now I want to just be with you guys.
No.
But I'm not
No,
going to
no,
change
do
it.
your
I'm not
own
going to
thing.
change it. I'm just
You
going to be
live
mine.
in your
I'm just going to be
truth.
mine, but I'll still get to hang out with you guys, right?
Welcome back to high school.
Well, yeah.
Like what we
All
like
right,
or we
I
don't
can
like
still-
you anymore.
Yeah. Well, I can eat lunch with you guys still. The first one I thought of right after you mentioned basically would you rather. Okay, so Jared Leto is the only Joker we get from here on out. That's one option. Or we never get another Batman on screen.
Never.
We don't need another Batman on screen. They messed up the last time.
So you'd rather never again, ever again have another Batman
I'm
on
good
screen
at wrapping the universe with Batfleck
With-
as the last good Batman.
with being done with it.
Yep.
Did you watch the Batman?
Yes.
You watched the whole thing
Yeah, that's why I said the last
from
good
beginning to end?
Batman.
Oh, you didn't like the Batman.
I liked parts of it,
Oh, wow.
but they went from making him really smart to really dumb. Like, oh, I instantly know these riddles.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
who is this guy?
Right.
Yeah. They played real fast and loose with his intelligence.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, no Batman. I mean, because for me, despite canonical arguments or whatever, I just have a very hard time seeing how, especially nowadays, anybody's ever going to top Christopher Nolan's Batman movies. You're just never going to do it.
I think it's already been done, but that's just because I don't care for that series very much.
I will say,
but I just think that they stand better on their own than anything Batman ever. I mean, like comic book, video game, it doesn't matter. That is to me quintessential Batman. That's what it should be.
parts of it was pinnacle Batman, will not deny. And I will say Walking Phoenix's portrayal of the Joker was just as good, if not a little better than Heath Ledger's.
It was, they were both so different from one another.
And they were both so epically great.
Right.
The problem with this question is actually how much I dislike what Jared Leto's Joker became, and that's the reason you asked it. The extra problem with the question is I'm so ready for it to be over with.
Like all the...
I'm done. I'm almost done with it. After I got the ending of the Flash spoiled for me, and I'm glad I didn't spend money on it. Tiny has bought a copy of it with his own pocket dollars, so we're gonna watch it.
Which one?
The Flash.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he bought it with his own pocket dollars.
Oh, yeah.
They're little gold coins. It's pretty cool. He got them out of a chest.
Whose chest? Oh, that guy.
Hey, you can't put that on the internet.
Yeah.
The government monitors our podcast.
That means we have 31 listeners.
You know that we have an NSA agent assigned to us. I acquired it through legal means.
Oh, I thought that was NASA. I thought.
Hey, I winked, okay?
So, yeah.
I would.
If you want to know about the wink, you got to watch the video.
I kind of want to clarify my stance, though, on the Nolan stuff. I think what I'm trying to say is that you're never going to make a better Batman movie. Not the quintessential Batman, like we kind of said. And I am also going to take another hot take in that I was one that was never really that much of a fan of the Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
No?
No, it just felt like a movie where a guy is so out there that he turns into a clown. It doesn't feel like it's connected whatsoever, and I think that's fine. It's fine, but just don't call it the Joker, I guess.
I hurt on the inside.
It just, to me, it didn't hit right. It never hit right.
I bet you even liked the Clooney Batman, didn't you? You 6
when I was like 8, yes, I did. Arnold Schwarzenegger as
Mr. Freeze.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's great.
That was I think that might have been the only good part about the movie, and I mean good in the most loosely based term, period, was just Arnold Freeze, just all of his cold puns. Everything he said was a cold pun.
Look, they're like, Arnold, you're known for one-liners, so let's only give you dialogue consisting of one-liners.
he looked really cool, though.
You know how we liked it when you said, hey, chill. I want you to say that 6 times in a row.
Oh, my God, he did.
He did.
Batman, chill, chill, chill. Chill.
Yeah.
Every time he shoots it.
Yeah.
No, that was just one instance.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
in one scene.
It's been so long since
one
I've seen
scene,
it, yeah.
period. And I remember that
Watched it
scene
last
too.
week.
He was just literally pointing his gun around the room, shooting it at other stuff, and every time he'd shoot, he'd say, chill, chill, chill.
It's for the toys, right? Yeah.
Yeah, tone, no change. You can put a push button on that toy now that says chill, and they're like, I remember that scene. Of course you do.
See, my take on the Joker thing. See, once again, you three have picked the I would rather never have another Batman film, right? Is that the official stance for all three of you? Is that what you said?
Than to have not Heath Ledger.
Jared
Leto
Jared
be the
Leto
Joker forever?
he's the Joker forever.
I'd rather not have it.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna go on a hot take for just a second too. I actually did not detest the Jared Leto Joker. He is the bottom
really?
rung. He's the bottom rung, but I didn't think it was horrible.
Okay.
I saw one picture of it and decided to not even give it a chance.
Yeah.
See, you got to be open-minded.
He's
here.
damaged,
I'm
though,
very
Marcus.
open-minded. I just don't. I guess maybe not as much of a fan of going back to the comic book origins of these like superhero movies.
Well,
I think the superhero movies work a lot better when you ground them in more reality.
Until it's the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie, which they did exactly that, but you
True.
didn't care for.
Right. Yeah. I just
Yeah.
think that the
So
character
you don't know
wasn't the
what you
Joker
want.
to me.
So you don't know what you want.
No, I think I'm just critical of everything, for
Yeah.
one. It's part of the fun of it. And, yeah, I don't know. I think, for me, it should stand alone as a piece of art.
Leto's Joker, I don't think was very comic book anything. I don't recall in the comic books ever seeing a tatted up, damaged.
Yeah, I think they were trying to
stamp.
create their own thing, but it was very comic booky. They're like, how do we make this comic booky but different from anything ever?
right,
And
right,
that's
right.
what they came out with.
Here's the reason why I kind of like it. Okay, in one storyline of the comics, a Robin is taken by the Joker. He's got the absolute shit kicked out of him, and he's reprogrammed, and he's a second Joker. In Batman v Superman, you see, I think it was, I can't remember which one, the one that carried the pike. You see his Robin outfit with "ha ha ha" written all over like Jared Leto's tattoos, and then he has those tattoos in that movie. That's a Robin Joker.
Was it
That's-
Tim Drake?
No,
Or-
that
No.
was Jason Todd.
Jason
Jason Todd,
Todd.
thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
I knew
yeah,
Todd
you're
was
right.
in there.
And you know what?
So that's why I'm okay with it.
The reason that Jason Todd was actually killed was because of a fan vote inside of a comic book contest, right?
That's wild. Really?
Yeah, they actually didn't like him that much as a Robin, and they they voted, who would be if you were willing to sacrifice a character, kind of thing, and they all said Jason Todd, and then they killed him.
Well, didn't they also bring him back as, I think, Red Robin?
Red Hood,
Red Hood.
Red
yeah,
Hood.
yeah, yeah.
It should have been Red Robin. Why wasn't it?
because that's
Well, I mean,
Tim Drake.
there was,
Yeah, Tim
Oh,
Drake was already
okay.
Red Robin.
Tim-
That's why
Tim-
I was like,
okay.
They're all later iterations of what Robin becomes: Nightwing, Red Robin, Red Hood. There's more, but Brain.
yeah.
Gotcha.
I think I would pick Leto being Joker forever because I'm done with the Joker. I'm done with it. I would rather have more Batman films and have all the other like rogues gallery that he has, and the Joker just die with Leto. Just that be the last Joker we ever get. Leto is the last Joker, the only Joker we ever get forever. And I want to see other villains. Like
I think they're scared. I think they're scared that
Yeah.
people aren't going to hold on to the movies as heavy if they put in the ones that might actually be terrifying. Because Scarecrow was in Batman Begins.
Yes.
And he was a terrifying character.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Flip side of that, when Batman uses the gas on him and he sees that demonic Batman,
so cool.
that's scary.
Yeah.
That went well.
It did, yes. But
Clayface. Give me Clayface.
yeah, I would love to have a Clayface.
Scary. Give me the little puppet guy.
Mm-hmm.
The little mobster puppet guy. Like, just creepy. Batman's got some of the creepiest freaking villains.
Yeah.
The Batman who laughs.
Mhm.
As long as they didn't F it up, that would be really cool. Because that's along the
I'm sitting here thinking, you know what I think would be cool? Because we're crapping on the. And I'm not saying George Clooney is Batman. I don't think that's a good fit. But think of that movie and all those actors like Schwarzenegger. You've
Jim
got
Carrey.
Jim Carrey. You've got Uma Thurman,
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones,
Good
Danny
brand.
DeVito.
and then maybe even Jack Nicholson in his age as like an older Joker. Like I'm just saying, get all those characters together now and do like a more realistic kind of darker approach and like try to make like a good movie with that cast.
Yeah.
Reprising those roles, but just a reimagining
So
of
you
it.
put him in a nursing home?
Yes.
Not really. I'm just saying. I
I'd
think
watch it.
I think they
I'd
could
watch
make a
that too.
really cool like spin-off
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
if they made an Arkham nursing home to where after all these like Arkham Asylum characters, that have been locked up for forever, now in their old age, they're like, we kind of need to get them out of here to make room for these new villains. So now they're over here in this nursing home, and Batman is already there because he's been out of his mind for a long time. And that would be an awesome movie.
He doesn't
love this idea.
He doesn't come out of his room ever.
That's his cave.
He doesn't come out of his room ever. When he leaves his room, it's at night, and they find him in the kitchen, and he's just reading labels and investigating what's inside of all these. And then somebody, oh my gosh, and Mr. Freeze, he's
There's a fluoride in this water.
Mr. Freeze is like, he just goes and stands in the freezer, and they have to get him out of there because he's killing himself. Oh my gosh!
and
Danny
Bruce Wayne runs the place. But at night, he's Batman, making sure none of these villains are getting into trouble.
When he's Bruce, he can walk. When he's Batman, he's in a wheelchair. That's
got a
what
little-
I'm seeing in my mind.
They've got a
Because
little-
his Batmobile is his wheelchair.
In this nursing home, they've got this small little arboretum where they've got fresh plants and stuff growing, and then the Uma Thurman's just out there shaking back and forth, just talking to the plants, like, why don't they speak to me? Why don't they speak to me? Why don't they speak to me? Oh, this is awesome!
You guys will never get this.
But
This
she's
will-
gone deaf. That's why she can't hear him.
This will never happen because you chose for there never to be another Batman on screen. So sorry.
Oh man,
Whatever.
Hold
Well,
on.
yeah, because that means we'd have to have Jared Leto in there.
And Danny DeVito is in his room folding origami cranes, painting them black and white.
Perfect.
Can he do that with his flipper hands?
He
He uses his feet. That's the trick. His troll foot.
Of course he does.
No,
Of course he does.
He'll poke his feet out and flex his gooey toenails, and he'll say, "My feet need a nice bath of ice water."
Batman's looking for his glasses. Where are they?
Full circle.
Just
The Joker dies. Where's the Joker? Where's
Batman, he's been dead for 15
Oh my
years.
God! Somebody gives him a set of cards because they're gonna play some rummy, and somebody gives him a set of cards, and he pulls the cards out, and he like it's fresh. He has to open it, and somebody says, "No, you forgot to take the card out!" and he reaches in, and the first card he sees is the Joker, and he loses his shit. Where is it? Where have you done with the commissioner?
Okay, Batman. Time to get you back.
Who are
back in your room.
Where's the commissioner?
Okay, and now what? Do the Riddler.
The Riddler, Jim Carrey. I mean, he's just stealing everybody's pills, and he's riddle me this.
Riddling me this, Batman. That would have to be a joke, right?
Yeah.
I don't think old people
Yeah.
are using Ritalin, but if the
you never
Riddler,
know.
if the Riddler's stealing meds, I think that would be a good joke.
Look, old people have ADD and stuff too.
That's true.
Oh my gosh, he would have to do something with stealing puddings and then hiding them in diapers. Because he would.
Or just leave riddles in his own tapioca mess.
Is it
in the
pudding
wall.
or is it poo?
I know my diaper's clean. How about you?
Will you eat it? Will you risk it? Will it go good on that biscuit?
Look, if it comes anywhere near my door, I'm not eating it.
I've got another one.
Okay.
It is a choose your own fate. It's post-apocalyptic worlds.
Okay.
And you yourself, not afflicted by this, what's happened, but you are now in this world and you have to adhere to what's going on in it.
Mm-hmm.
Which post-apocalyptic would you pick to survive?
Okay.
Would you try Cronenberg world from Rick and Morty?
What is that?
Yeah, I'm not familiar.
It's where everybody's genetic DNA was spliced together with every living creature.
Pass.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That could be cool.
The
though,
other
right?
one.
That could be good though, right? That
There's
means
more
I get
than one
monster.
choice.
That means I get to be a monster man too.
No, you get to survive the Monster Man world.
Oh, I don't get to be a monster man in that world. Everyone else is a monster man.
Everybody else
Oh,
is a
that's
Monster Man.
disappointing. What's
Yeah.
the other one?
Well, Jerry survived it.
Yeah, well,
And
if Jerry can do it, I
if
can do
Jerry can do it.
Yeah.
Or live in The Last of Us.
What is that?
it. Ooh.
The zombies?
The premise of Last of Us being it's a fungal thing that's getting into your brain the same way that it does ants, but it's grown strong enough that it can actually get into the human
So
brain.
zombies.
It's zombies.
Zombies.
It's
Mushroom zombies.
Mushroom zombies. Yeah.
Mush zombies.
zombies.
Yeah.
Mushroom
zombies.
zombies or every
Ooh, zombies.
zombies. Yeah. Yeah, because some of them
Shroombies.
Shroombies. Shroombies is good.
You guys okay with shroombies?
I don't know. It's not that great. But anyway.
Now, am I the only one human that's left?
Well, it would be to the same way that the world is. So
Okay, so there's other people not afflicted by
Yes.
the shroom bees left.
yes, correct.
Yeah, that's what I'm picking.
Me too.
Same thing with Cronenberg world. There's a small patch of survivors, and they're all interdimensional beings.
But yeah, they probably got weird anatomy.
Yeah, and
Oh, God, that's what your word.
No. Hear me
I mean,
out.
you've got to think about it.
Well, look, at some point,
You've gotta think about it.
Yeah, you have to continue your genetic line. You know, we
Yeah.
have to continue the human race.
Right, and
We
I've
gotta
never tasted
outnumber them.
interdimensional cooking.
That's true.
That's-
And I was
I was thinking something else when you
thinking
said
you were
that,
about I was expecting just this giant meow. Hey, you know what? I've never tasted interdimensional meow.
I
that's
didn't
what I was
actually
going
say
to
it.
say too.
That's what you thought I was going to say. I don't deserve that hot horn like Tiny does.
He gave it to me.
I did,
yeah, it was for Tiny.
Okay.
Look, I mean, like I said before, if the aliens come, so do I.
I don't know which one I would pick because they're both equally awful to me. Because the idea of having to survive in the first place without the luxuries of what the modern day is, I mean, I might as well just stop eating and just shrivel up and just die.
I'm gonna go Cronenberg world because in Cronenberg world, I don't know. It's another place, right? Let's say that I've just been transported to this other world, right? Because it's not Earth.
It is Earth.
Wait, it's Earth.
It's Earth.
It is Earth in the future.
It's Earth that Rick accidentally screwed up. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you know how he does like global scale science stuff,
Yeah.
and he's like, well, it's not going to hurt anything to try to make this grasshopper's fart smells like donuts.
Yeah.
And then everybody dies.
Well, see, I'm imagining it being like I wait. Yeah. So he messed it up, and it's been a while since he messed it up, right? Because it's had time for all these things to grow and become these monster crazy things. But in Shroomby world, like I know the people that have become Zambos. Like, so if I'm walking around trying to survive, I see people that I know that are now zombies. I think I would rather be in the Cronenberg world where I don't know anybody and they're all the Monster Men people.
I mean, if I see a man with 40 legs and 37 feet, I'm gonna throw up.
Right.
Well, then don't
So-
watch The Evil Dead Rise.
Ooh, yeah, that. I saw a few bits of it. You watched the whole thing. I didn't like that.
Yeah, I watched it with Carly. The Evil Dead Rise is one of the most disgusting things I've watched in a minute.
I think, and plus, I mean, we're not going to survive any of these places. We don't have survival skills.
Says
We're-
you.
Yeah, we couldn't do that.
I could.
You could. I don't think so, Tiny.
Yeah.
I don't think so. Because if anything's fast, you're done for.
Wow.
Well, you're not fast.
That's
I'm not
mean
I'm not
and
strong.
hurtful.
If anything is strong, I'm dead. Like I can't.
You just called me fat
If
live on
anything,
air.
for me, if anything is more powerful than a child, which even in other worlds, children have beaten me in fights.
Look, all I'm saying is I don't have
can't
to
do
be
it.
fast, but I can shoot real good. My
Well-
bullet is faster than anything else.
Well, I would say that the biggest struggle of that wasn't him calling you fat. He was
Plus,
calling
I'd
you
get skinny.
He was calling you slow, and that would only be slow temporarily because once there was no food source available besides what you can hunt and fish and cook for yourself, then we'd all slim down. What would we look like?
I'd just be dead. Like I have no delusional thought at all. If we were in a post-apocalyptic world, I would be a dead man very fast.
I digress. I would go with Cronenberg world because they have interdimensional beings there, and if I can harness some of that technology, my chances of survival are much greater than me when a boomstick and vines that I can step on that alert zombies from miles around.
Right.
They can come eat me.
I can only shoot 2 guns at once.
Shroombies.
I think I'm most excited about not having a cell phone anymore.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true.
really, no cell phone, no internet. How much more simple would life be? I mean,
Just build you a hut in the
let's
woods.
start this.
And now
What do we have to do?
Hey, for every dystopia, it's a utopia for someone, right? We've talked about it in the past, so there you go, Tony. So that's 2 for Cronenberg and 2 for
Last of Us.
The Last of Us. Yeah,
Yep.
nice. Split down the middle. Were we split on the last one? Did you ever answer? Or did you find a way out of answering
So what's the next one we got?
the Batman? You're dead it again.
What?
All right. My next. Did you guys have any, or did you just come here ready to answer?
I just kind of went. The only one that I really got was the original red versus blue pill.
okay.
Of take the red pill, all about the Matrix, and you
Right.
get to come out of it,
Yeah.
and live in this really cool technological-ish post-apocalyptic world, or take this other pill and then just you forget everything and nothing changes.
If I didn't
you,
know,
if you was Neo,
if I were Neo in the moment and I didn't know what it meant to take the red pill, like what the real world really was, I would do the same decision he did. But since I know what's going on in that world with like the machine flying squids and trying to survive
But
that.
no, you're literally in Neo's shoes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you don't know anything.
Yeah, right. But if I did,
Oh, but if you did,
yeah,
okay.
if I
Yeah.
did, there I would not choose that. I would pick just keep me in the dream world. But if I were in Neo's shoes, I would pick the one that's just like, all right, give me something different. Give me the truth. Because that's basically what it is. Do you want to live in the truth or do you want to keep living the lie?
I would have picked the
And he
exact same
takes the
thing
truth, so.
Neo took, just because shortly before he was sent into that option with Morpheus, he had to have a squid robot inserted into his stomach for monitoring.
It's kind of more like a centipede.
Well, you know what I'm saying. It's just
Ooh,
like
worse. Yeah.
yeah, but it's
Well, no, that was one of the agents that did that.
yeah, I know, but they did it to him.
Yeah.
So he went through that before this conversation. So if he's going through all this kind of stuff,
Get me out of here.
he's knowing something's up because this isn't right. This kind of stuff isn't supposed to happen. So with that happening, his brain's automatically peaked.
Well, hold on. You have to remember, though, after he gets that in him, he wakes up in his bed because he checks his mouth to see if his mouth is actually still there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's there. So to him, that was just a real messed up dream.
That's true. It's been a long time since I've seen The Matrix.
I watched this not long ago.
Yeah. I feel like
I love
every
the first
movie you're
one.
like, you watch a lot more movies than I do. I wish I
watched
watched more
the
movies.
old ones over and over.
Yeah. They're good.
Yeah, most of them.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. 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 So what about you two? Because I think
I mean, my answer pretty much exactly echoes yours.
Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah.
I kind of feel like I'd end up being like Cypher. You know, like you take the red pill, you find out the truth, and then you're like, I kind of just want to go back.
For sure.
But the cool thing is, you know, if you know and you go back, you can do cool stuff like, you know, I'm going to walk in this room and all this stuff pops up and I can get these toys and go play with these toys.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
it's
would do.
kind of no consequence.
Right.
So in order to do that, you have to take the red pill.
But if you crunched both of them up together
The
and then
purple
snorted
pill.
them both, the purple pill, then what?
I guess you get stuck in limbo and you just, I don't know,
Oh,
404
dang.
error.
That'd be, well, yeah. I'll take that one. That one sounds better.
I mean, yeah.
Dane, is everything okay at home?
yeah, it's fine.
You wanna
It's
talk
just,
about
I
it?
like the color purple a lot.
I mean, Whoopi Goldberg's an amazing actress. I mean,
She
The
is.
color, yeah, thank you.
That
That's
was
good.
that was a
That's
really good movie.
joke
it
too.
was a really good
Movie and a good joke.
You told Harpo to beat me.
Would,
I loves Harpo, but if he ever hit me again, I kill him dead.
I'm sure we got some color purple fans out there somewhere. I don't know.
yeah.
It's a good ass movie.
To me, it's just the color white in this room.
What? Oh, I get it. I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah.
I get it.
It's really funny.
We didn't paint up.
No, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Would you rather be a Pokemon trainer or a Pokemon?
Oh, geez. The one
Think
with
about it.
the one with the power or the one commanding.
know my
Could-
answer,
yeah.
but I know what's gonna happen when I answer.
Uh-huh.
Can I
What's
just
that, Tiny?
plead the fifth on this?
No. You want to be a Pokemon or do you want to be a Pokemon trainer?
Do I have to say why, or can I just state it? Because
well,
I don't want to state why, because I know what'll happen when I state why.
Okay.
You're going to get hot horned.
Probably.
Yeah, it's
For
exactly
good
what's gonna
reason.
happen.
Now, is it a deserved hot horn or is it because I'm
I would
taking
be
it
a
out of
tr-
context?
I'd be a trainer.
You'd be a trainer. You'd be a Pokemon trainer.
Is it because
Okay.
it would get hot horned or because it would get edited out?
It depends how it's phrased.
How would you like to phrase it? How would you like to phrase it?
Curious. Just give it to me.
I'm good with either. I'm good with either.
Oh, now I sound real bad.
No, it's good.
Does it have to be like, okay, here's the caveat, though.
Okay.
I would still be a trainer regardless.
Okay.
If I'm capturing animals, it's because I want to pet them.
Okay.
Because I like animals.
I see.
I like petting them. They make me happy. And
Okay. So when I bleep out the word pet,
I just can't wait to hear where this is going. I like to pet animals.
I do. I love animals. It's great. If I died via bear attack, just know I was talking to it like it was a baby, and I was petting the shit out of that bear.
Oh my God! Don't edit out every time he says.
every time he says pet, I could edit it.
Okay, hold on. No. I just got to hear what comes next. Please make your next point.
Well, you didn't even answer the question. Is it animals that I'm capturing? Like, just
This is
straight up.
Pokemon. It's
Yeah.
Pokemon.
I don't know about pocket men.
Yes, you do.
I
You
know
know
very
what pocket
little.
men are.
Because then you have things like Mr. Mime. That's a dude in
It's
a
a
ball.
guy, but he's also not.
No, it's a dude. It's a short dude. It's a Danny DeVito dude.
It's a little guy, but he's also a Pokemon.
That's all I'm saying.
He doesn't have a
I'm
nose.
not saying anything else.
yeah. No?
I know the consequences.
They've already been set.
I've learned.
Go on.
Marcus
What
wants
are y'all's
Marcus,
answer?
What'd
Marcus
you
wants
do?
it so bad though. I would be a Pokemon
We'll talk about it after class.
Oh,
because
In the dark hours.
what the heck?
if I was a Pokemon, I don't have to be a Pokemon that has a trainer. I could be a wild Pokemon, and if I train hard enough myself, then I won't be caught by anybody. I'd be like the Venusaur, surrounded by all the Bulbasaurs and Ivysaurs, just commanding everybody. Be like, "You are my army, Venusaur."
Okay, Marcus, here you go. The existence of the meatball sub implies the existence of the meatball dom. That should answer your question.
It's too far now. I was just interested in how it was going to come across right after you said that. Like, I love animals. I love petting animals. And then whatever you were going to say next was going to be hilarious, regardless of what it was.
First thing that popped in my head was a meatball sandwich. And then I went, oh, God, they're animals.
Oh, no.
So never mind.
They are. They are
I
animals.
talked myself into knowing what was best.
Yes, because you learned exactly what the Pokemon equate to in our world.
Yes.
Your answer was moved to a slightly different direction.
Yes.
I want to the very best, like no one ever does. Don't tell the cops from my arrest. That's
you gotta
all.
finish the. No, you got to finish the next line.
I don't know where it goes. I don't know where it goes. There we go.
Okay, you did it.
Pocket
Yeah, okay, so
Gotta touch them all. Restraining
so
order.
Pokemon trainers
Yes.
are just humans.
They're humans that use balls to catch animals that
That have
Tiny wants to
powers.
pet.
And then they
and become
do
friends
illegal
Yes.
pet fighting ring.
Nope.
Legal. It's very legal.
It's
Okay.
regulated heavily.
It is regulated. Yes, there are rules. There are tournaments.
Okay, yeah, I guess that sounds fun.
Yeah,
If I lived in that world and that was like the only thing to do.
yeah. I think I would also. I think I would rather be a Pokemon because it's another situation of: do I want to control things with power, or do I want to be the thing with the power? Like, if I think, would I rather be Pikachu or Ash Ketchum? I'd rather be Pikachu all day, every day.
Now, do you have a Pokemon that you would like to be?
Well, I could cheat and say Mewtwo. Because Mewtwo can, like, talk, and he's bipedal, and he's got psychic powers. So it's just like, he could be in a trench coat and just be a guy if he wanted to. He could get by with being a guy.
So
Or Ditto. I could look like a person. I could be Ditto, and I could turn into a person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ditto. I'd be Ditto.
Cool.
Tiny, are you familiar with Ditto?
No.
All right, well, let's talk about Ditto for a second and see if you want to pet Ditto.
I mean, just the name kind of tells me he can clone himself.
he
a la
looks
Mystique style.
He looks like chewing gum Play-Doh, like goo, like chewing gum goo Play-Doh, and he can look at something and become that thing and take on their powers that they have.
Yeah, he's like a pink puddle of hand oyster.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. So he can look like people. He can look like other Pokemon.
I don't like that.
He could look like anything.
Now, look,
Okay.
as long as he's not in his original form,
Right.
I'd be okay with it. But what if I got him like on my shirt? If he's like hand goo,
He became
could you wash him out?
That's a great question. I don't know. But there's only one way to find out, because if you're a Pokemon trainer and I'm a Ditto in this world,
Can I just retract?
I could
my
be a
answer
stain
and
on your
just
shirt if you
not
want.
answer?
Just no, you've already said.
Damn.
All right, so we've got 2 Pokemon trainers and 2 Pokemon.
I would be a Zapdos.
Okay, that's good.
I
Zapdos is good. He flies and does use electricity.
I love that giant, spiky, legendary bird
Yeah,
flying free in the storm clouds.
I have one more, and I think this will be a good one. Are you ready?
Don't know.
Maybe.
Do you guys want to be a citizen? And when I say citizen, not trying to survive living in the huts. You're just, let's say upper middle class citizen in Westeros or Middle Earth.
I feel like all these just have a easy, definitive answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there'd be way less suffering in Middle Earth. Well, I
Would
mean,
there, though?
I don't know.
Is
I
that
mean,
what
it's
you're
just,
going
If
with?
it's in the middle of, see?
I mean,
It's
I'm
not
not
that
talking about
easy.
which would be more cool. I honestly feel
Right.
like Westeros might be more cool, but that's with a reader's perspective.
Right.
Like, if I didn't have that and like know where to look for the answers that I want so desperately,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess. I mean, I just feel like it would be easier to find an easy existence in Middle Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that every depiction of Middle Earth that you've got going on, you've got these people just living their lives. Then all of a sudden, there's 7 million orcs, like
Right.
Yeah.
or Urukai or whatever you've got
Right.
going on there. It always has the same bad thing. Like, here's my perfectly peaceful life, and here's a wave of monsters.
Right.
And the same idea with Westeros, except it's rebellion or
Conquering factions
Yeah.
or, all of a sudden there's a
if you're-
dragon
if
in
you're
your city.
or if you're far enough north, the army of the dead.
Or mind controlling alien trees.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird stuff going on in Westeros, but that you don't get from the show and are only hinted at through the symbolism in the books. It's really, really weird. I've talked about it a little bit before, but Tolkien writes Middle Earth as this idealistic place, or it's hell. It's like either heaven or hell. You know what I mean? Like when we meet the hobbits, everything's just great. We just love food and beer and making new hobbits. And until the darkness comes.
Yeah. Oh, and the darkness is here. Like in this, in between the two, like the throne is now being fought over, and the north,
Right.
the north zombies are there,
Right.
and then in Westeros, in Middle Earth, like the Eye of Sauron is active. Like it's all like all the
But
shit's
here-
going
here-
down.
here's the
in
thing.
both places.
And this may be a bit of a contradiction for me,
Yeah.
but at least in Middle Earth, I would have a reasonable suspicion to believe that there are benevolent entities and deities that actively intervene on my behalf as a mortal, that like actually care about me. In Westeros, I have unknowable cosmic gods who are so far removed from the actual reality of the story that it's just unclear as to how much influence the gods have in Westeros, or whether they're even real or not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
You find more hope in Middle Earth.
absolutely
Okay.
and it's
That's-
written that
that's
way.
what it is. Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. Tiny, you said that was a strange choice for Marcus, right?
I'm just going to pick Westeros.
Okay.
Because, yes, it's going to be more difficult.
Uh-huh.
I'd feel like I just wouldn't be bored.
Okay.
You know, I mean, just honestly,
Okay.
like I love the Lord of the Rings movies. Okay, they were
Yeah.
great. The books were trash, and just I like the lore and everything behind Westeros way better.
Uh-huh.
Plus, I'd want to go to Bravos and try to be a faceless man. I mean, that'd be cool.
Right. I'm just talking practicalities here. If
yeah,
we're
yeah.
talking cool factor,
yeah.
absolutely
Well, I mean-
Westeros.
Look, I don't mind a challenge.
Yeah,
I do.
absolutely Westeros. If it was just like you said, cool factor.
Yeah.
I'm talking about my own vulnerable, weak psyche
I mean,
and
like,
feeble
look,
body.
I
Yeah.
might die in my 30s
Yeah.
in
Well,
Westeros,
plus-
but I'm cool with it.
Well, with your you said boredom. You wouldn't be bored in Westeros. I feel like you'd be more bored in Westeros because you only have access to like what meager arts and musics that the peasants can have time to make in that point. But in Westeros, you've got access to like elven art and music and invention and
Man.
magic.
Oh, you
Man,
mean you?
he also said we're
Middle Earth.
upper middle class, so we have money. We're not the poor. We're not the super rich, but we're not the poor. I
Right.
could
But
travel
it's still
to Bravos.
medieval times, and you still have to like
Yeah.
smell donkey dung when you walk into this big nice castle.
Yeah, but you know what? You wouldn't even notice because it would just be what it is.
Sure.
Yeah, it'd be your just every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got one for Middle Earth, one for
Well, it just
Westeros,
depends on
right?
what criteria, because if we're going
Right.
cool factor,
Uh-huh.
it just depends.
Just on
Okay.
all criteria, I'm picking Westeros.
Oh.
Yeah. I wouldn't on every criteria.
Oh man,
See, it's not a super easy one.
No, because there's pluses and minuses to both. I mean, heavy pluses and heavy minuses to both. I mean, especially if you consider, say you go to Westeros and you're middle class and you're not, in the impoverished, you can work your way into a different position. You can actually kill enough folks to make yourself a more viable option for somebody up top to think you're worth spending money on. So that's one way of surviving. I don't know if I want that. But then if you go to Middle Earth, you can go and say you wanted to adventure and you wanted to find mithril blades and find all this mystical stuff, this magical stuff. It exists in your not only your lore but your tales and your songs and your songs and your songs and your songs, as Tony describes to me.
Yeah, it's a musical.
I think I'm going to go Middle Earth, just because the fact of the overall beauty and magic of the place and the different breeds of the different species of humanoids that exist there, whether it's coexisting or whether it's just being at the same place at the same time. Just that in general, knowing it's around, I think that would be the way that I would choose to go. Just because if you're middle class Middle Earth, I mean, you're going to be living in a pretty decent house. You're going to have access to water and food.
Yeah. Things like honor and honesty and truth are like valued in the world, unlike Westeros.
Yeah.
And they are in some places in Westeros.
Sure. But there's always a snake in the water in Westeros, just much like in the real world.
I was about to say, that's just like real life.
Right. That's, I think, the distinction, is Middle Earth is much more of a fairy tale type world, whereas Westeros is a gritty, realistic, with a lot of magic and crazy stuff.
The one problem
Dark.
For me heavy with Middle Earth is going to be if I'm in Middle Earth and everything's all hunky-dory and I'm living a great life and I've got all these friends, it just turns out one of these friends ends up being the dark one. That's kind of what happens there. It's like, you got all these people surrounding you doing this stuff, and then now one of them's the most evil you'll ever find kind of deal. With magic, though, not with, like manipulation. It's a mix.
Right.
And if you watch The Rings of Power,
jeez, man,
don't.
I'd rather live anywhere in Westeros than be just on set of The Rings of Power.
Jared Leto Joker are only being able to watch The Rings of Power.
See, I think that was the real question. That was a really good question. I think I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Middle Earth.
Jared Leto
on it,
Joker.
just because.
Absolutely.
Like Tiny mentioned, you like a challenge. I know myself well enough. I don't. Like if you said you could just live in the grassy area, be the neighbor to the hobbits, like you got to listen to them party all the time, but it's fine. You can maybe meet an elf one day. Like, sure, I'll take that. But I don't think I would be good in the gritty challenge world.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be good with it. Wouldn't be good at it. Unfortunately.
Plus, they got that. What's it called?
You'd probably be dead.
What's it called?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'd die quick.
Me too.
Longbacky or something like that. What do they call it? That
What?
They're
Longbacky?
No, I can't remember what it's called. They're little extra tobacco they have.
Oh, weed.
Yeah, but
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
no, Marcus, what the hobbits are smoking.
Yeah, the
what do they
hobbit
call
tobacco.
Pipe weed. They call it pipe weed.
Told
they
you
just-
it's weed.
They literally just call it pipe
it's
weed?
straight up weed.
Long bottom leaf.
Long bottom. That was what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah.
I think there might be a couple more names. Tolkien really liked to name things
Look,
a lot.
I feel like
More like
Longbottom
token,
Leaf
am I right?
was just a brand, like Marlboro.
Long bottom.
I think it's where it comes from and stuff. But
Long
now
bottom life.
it actually there's no evidence. There's no evidence to suggest that it had any psycho effects at all. The movie kind of played up with that a little bit.
Have you tried this new strain from Long Bottom Leaves, man?
I mean, Mary actually becomes an herb lore kind of character. Like he writes about the different types of long bottom leaf, and he grows it. He becomes kind of like that kind of guy.
hippie.
After
He's
the
a dirty hippie.
essentially, yeah. He's a drug dealer. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
If you believe the movie verse, then maybe something like that.
You could always
What
ask.
happens to pimpin'? If that happens
Well,
to
I
Murphy,
mean, it's in his name.
I'd have to think about that one. I don't know if we have time.
so you just followed Murphy but not pimpin'?
Well, I just remembered that because I thought it was funny.
they
that,
were twins.
Because I actually investigated whether or not pipeweed actually was like it was portrayed in the movies, as being like this stoner-ish kind of drug, but it's actually not. It's more of just like pipe tobacco,
Just a
like
recreational
Tolkien enjoyed very much himself.
thing. Okay.
I used to enjoy a good pipe tobacco.
Yeah, me too.
I like a nice Cavendish.
Yeah.
Cavendish. Oh, did I like Cavendish? Is
Yeah,
that one that I like?
Yeah, you had a vanilla Cavendish.
A vanilla Cavendish, yeah. Yeah, because we went to
Gatlinburg
somewhere in
there.
Gatlinburg whenever they kind of have their own little small companies that do it.
Yeah,
The pipes themselves are the cool part to me because I had a I think pipe tobacco for like a winter, like, and then I was like, okay, well that was fun, but the pipes themselves, like seeing
like
a
a nice-
super cool,
Yeah, like a
shaped
nice
ones.
meerschaum.
Which one is that?
That's the ones that are usually like the white stone looking thing. They're nice and intricately carved.
Yeah, those are awesome.
Yeah, those can get real pretty.
Super cool.
We should smoke pipes while we do this.
Tiny's got it on video. We might as well.
well,
I
When we
mean, I do
video,
have a
we
pipe
should
at the
all
house.
have our signature pipe, and one of us can bring a bag of tobacco.
I've got a meerschaum.
Or bubbles.
I don't know. Maybe that's not good.
Is
though.
it meerschaum or meerschaum?
meerschaum.
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 I've got one of those that it's which it was I inherited it. I didn't like acquire it, so I don't know how illegal it is to have. So
It's not.
Meerschaum?
You can buy new ones.
well, this is made out of whale tooth ivory.
That I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
it's
know
not
about
going to
that.
be illegal to have it. You didn't make it.
True. Okay.
You know?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
I don't know the legality of that stuff because I just got it. I have it. And I was like, that's really cool.
I mean,
I'm never going to smoke out of that.
You didn't kill an endangered species to make it.
You didn't fist fight a whale in order to have this pipe.
There's
Therefore,
somebody in the world that think they could, though.
Oddly enough,
yeah.
prehistoric creatures, like if you find a woolly mammoth ivory tusk, you can make shit out of that. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, they sell it
But
all the
an
time.
elephant that's alive, not so much. I'm not saying let's go kill elephants for their tusks.
No.
That's
or
despicable.
detusk
you
them?
need to pet them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
despicable.
They've got plugs like what Tiny and me have in my ears, like the gauges that are made out of mammoth bone ivory, and you
Whoa,
can buy
that's
those
cool.
readily on the internet. You can literally just look it up, Google it. There it is. Send.
Neat.
Amazon probably has them.
You can probably even get them made out of Usyk bone.
I'm learning so many things. What is Usyk?
Just look it up. It's a part of a walrus.
Is it the pee-pee?
it's the
Is it a
pee-pee.
walrus
It
pee-pee?
is the pee-pee bone.
Well,
yeah, some animals have a bone to help their pee-pee.
That's where we get the word boner.
For
from.
those who don't know about the South, what is a mountain toothpick? What is that called? What is it?
What?
I think, it's a raccoon.
It's a raccoon's pee-pee bone. Is
Dude, I didn't
no, you've never
knew
heard.
that,
You've
no.
never heard of the
Something
mountain.
I've never heard of. No,
Me neither.
Whoa.
Me neither.
I think
I
it's
don't know
mountain-
everything.
No,
No.
man.
I thought you were trying to go with like mountain
I feel
oysters.
no, those are
Those are the testicles.
testicles.
To use it as a toothpick and to keep it as a toothpick is actually supposed to enhance your virility.
Yeah, but the
Granny
cool thing
magic.
about the Usyk bone, like not Aboriginal. What's the word I'm looking for? Inuit peoples use them as like a club style weapon
Whoa.
/
Whoa.
hunting implement.
How much does a walrus
It's big. It's
walk
big.
around with?
Enough to
to
kill
be
a
a
man.
club to kill
It
a
is
man
enough
with?
to be a club.
The old saying of "hung like a moose" actually adopted a. We used to call them water moose. The walruses.
A
because-
walrus. Okay.
Yeah, we used to call them water moose because of that.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I did not know this episode would turn into me learning how large a walrus.
Turned into animal wieners.
Of course it turned into that. Why would I think anything else? For any of you listening that did expect that to happen, thank you for doing so. And wherever you're listening to us, we're on all the things. Give us 5 stars, please. Give us 5 walrus dongs wherever you're at. We need all 5. We need all 5 in order to fight off the hordes of mushroom bees that are attacking us. And go buy a shirt or something. If you go in the link in the description, there's shirt buttons. There's buttons. You click on it, and then you go to a shirt. You can own it for money.
And if you want to talk to us, you can get on our Facebook, our Instagram, or our Twitter by looking up @NerdGrapevine. If you'd like to ask us random questions, revolving around these would you rather style situations, we're always down to answer that kind of stuff. We'll talk about things, You sometimes inspire us, listeners. You inspire us for things to talk about, and it's always fun when you do. If you'd like to talk about what you would turn the walrus's boner into, be it weapon, be it table legs, depending on how much.
This is my dick table.
We could talk about that on there. If you'd also like to donate a little bit of money to the cause, get on Patreon, donate a little bit of money, get a Shoddy holographic sticker. be admired by us, for supporting us, get on Patreon, look up Nerd Grapevine. Whatever you do, though, don't talk to people about that juggler that had 5 bowling pins the size of walrus dick bones, because that'll cause them to have a little bit of...
Austin, I need you to throw this really hard at the wall or some hard surface. Just throw it really hard at something hard.
Is it gonna pop?
I'm gonna scare.
Throw it really hard at something hard.
I'm gonna scare. Is it gonna leave a mark? I'm gonna scare.
Is that not like the loudest popper in the world?
That's a loud popper.
The first time I heard that, it caused me a lot of discord. You can find a link to our Discord in the description. You get on there and talk about poppers that you found and that scared the crap out of you the first time you heard them. Or just give us some memes, just whatever. It's a happy, slappy, fun time. We're on there live, uncut, uncensored, and irrevocably circumcised.
We actually use these poppers to generate our new candy line called Species Feces.
Ooh.
Check us out on YouTube. Austin, if a species feces was a grape and life just happened to plop one in your lap,
How would you
Good
eat
imagery.
If a species feces plopped into my lap, I would hope that it would come from one of the humanoid-style Pokemon.
Why is that?
Because the thing about Pokemon is when you put them in your balls and then you shrink your balls up real good, then they'd make
cold.
the perfect size to shove in your ass.
it? Jesus.
Is it pudding or is it poo? I know my diaper's clean. How about you?
Will you eat it? Will you risk it? Will it go good on that biscuit?